Hello and welcome to our new video. This one is titled Perilous Times Shall Come. Let's begin. We will be launching out of 2 Timothy chapter 3 where it describes the last days, what the people will do, and the pattern they will follow. 2 Timothy 3. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. In this passage it goes on and on describing the men of the last days, the people of the last days, and what they will do. Down in verse 8, it gives you the pattern they will follow. Now, as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these, talking about the men of the last days, also resist the truth. So the men of the last days will resist the truth as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses. So we see the pattern. Now we need to go to Exodus to see what the magicians of Egypt did, how they withstood Moses. And so we're looking at the pattern in Exodus. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Lord had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. So what they did is they also did in like manner with their enchantments. In reaction to what Moses and Aaron did, Pharaoh called the wise men and the sorcerers. What the magicians did is they also did in like manner with their enchantments. That is what they did, which caused them to cast down their rods, and they became serpents, because that is what Aaron's rod that Moses had told him to cast down, that is what it did. And so they did in like manner with their enchantments. So we see the pattern the people of the last days will follow. But the people of the last days, they don't resist Moses, they resist the truth. They resist the truth. What is the truth? Christ is the truth. Jesus Christ is the truth. Jesus Christ is the true vine. Christ is the true vine, and we are the branches. That is the pattern. That is the truth. Well, the people of the last days resist that, following the pattern of the magicians of Egypt. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments. It's with their enchantments that they resist the truth. Enchantments. Lahat is the word. It is H3858. This word, lahat, that's translated enchantments, actually means flaming. Enchantment. It is translated flaming one time and enchantment another time. It only occurs twice. They did in like manner with their flame. That is how it is written. And that is the pattern that the men of the last days will follow. They also do in like manner with their enchantments, with their flame. Their flame is their vine. They have made a vine, and in that vine, they are the branches. They are the branches in that vine, and as long as they are in that vine and stay attached to that vine, they produce much fruit. They have followed the pattern. They have followed the pattern that Christ set when he said, I am the vine, ye are the branches. I am the vine, ye the branches, is what he said, and that is the pattern. And we are to stay in that vine and produce much fruit. But the people of the last days resist the truth, and they do it the way that the magicians did it. They also did in like manner with their enchantments. So they did in like manner with their flame. And we can see it all around us. The wires are actually called hot. They are labeled and named as if they were fire. The people of the last days resist the truth, and they resist the truth in like manner with their enchantments, with their flame. They built their own vine. They are the branches in that vine. That is how they resist the truth of Christ, the truth that Christ is the true vine. That is how they resist it with their enchantments, with their flame. Enchantments. Lahat. H3858. It occurs two times, translated flaming enchantment. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall for our generation. H3858 is numbered with G3858. G3858 is the word paradekomai. This is translated receive. It occurs 5 times. The first usage is in the following verse. And these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word, and receive, and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some an 100. This is the parable of the sower. And the receive in this passage, they receive the word. They receive the word of God, such as hear the word and receive. That is what they should have done. The people of the last days should have received the word. They should have received the word and become the branch in the vine of Christ, the true vine. But instead of that, they received their enchantments. They received the flame, and they received it, and they took it upon themselves, and they received it as they should have received the word of God. It is in place of the word. They should have received the word. The word is Christ. Christ is the true vine. That is what they should have received. But instead, they received their vine of Sodom. They received the enchantments of the people of the last days. They received their flame. The people of the last days should have received the word of God. They should have received the true vine. They should have become branches in the true vine and produced much fruit. But instead of becoming branches in the true vine, they did in like manner with their enchantments, and they received that. They received their flame. Now let's contrast the two. Mark 4:18, and these are they which are sown among thorns, such as hear the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lusts of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. That is what the people of the last days have done. They have their vine is thorns. It's a vine of thorns. The cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the lusts of other things entering in through the waves, the flood, the microwaves, the radio waves, through all the devices, entering in and choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. That is what is happening to the people of the last days. That is what they have done. They have taken unto themselves their enchantments, which is not what was supposed to happen. They should have received the word. And these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word, and receive, and bring forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some an 100. That is what should have happened. This is the contrast between the true vine and the vine that they have built, the true vine of Christ and the thorns on which they are sown among. We can see that the people of the last days live among thorns. Their devices are all connected to the electrical grid. The wires through the walls over their head, all around them, are like thorns. It is their vine, and it is the vine that they are the branches in. And as long as they are in their vine, they produce much fruit. But without their vine, they can do nothing. They are sown among thorns. The cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the lusts of other things entering in, choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. Choke. The word choke is somnigo. That word is G4846. It means to choke utterly. This kingdom is numbered. G4846 is numbered with H4846. H4846 is Marora. That word is translated bitter. And it is translated bitter because it is poison, and it is found in Deuteronomy 32. For their vine, of the vine of Sodom, and of the fields of Gomorrah, their grapes, grapes of gall, their clusters bitter. And we see this. The people of the last days are choked. They are choked by the deceitfulness of riches and lusts of other things entering in. They are choked because their vine of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah, their grapes, grapes of gall, their clusters bitter, poison to choke them, and it becometh unfruitful. They are the branches in their vine, and their vine is the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Wake up from the slumber. The people of the last days have become branches in their vine. For their vine, of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah, their grapes, grapes of gall, their clusters bitter. Sodom, the word Sodom is H5467. 5467, the word Sodom means burning. And we can see that that is part of the writing on the wall. It is the pattern. Their vine is actually called hot. Their vine is called hot. And let's not forget that the magicians of Egypt, they did in like manner with their enchantments, their flame. Their flame. Sodom means burning, and the wires are called hot. They are calling things as if they were fire. This kingdom is numbered. H5467 is numbered with G5467. G5467 is chalepos. Chalepos is perilous. It is translated perilous. It is in the following verse. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. That is from 2 Timothy 3. That is where we started off from. It told you the pattern of the last days. It said, now, as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. We can see how it comes first full circle. The writing is on the wall. As Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do the people of the last days resist the truth. And they do it just as God told us they would. They do in like manner with their enchantments. They do in like manner with their flame. They have built their vine of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes, grapes of gall, their clusters bitter. We can see it all around us. We can see it because the writing is on the wall in this day and age for this generation.